Hi, this is the voice of Heidie Calero with another fascinating economic capsule on this fascinating island, the island of enchantment, or as some have said, the island of disenchantment. We are a bankrupt island. But stop and think, because I'm going to tell you a very short story of what could be the future of this island. The first graph that I'm depicting for you is that we are such avid consumers. We consume till we die. And this is from 1960 through 2021. All these columns are the personal consumption expenditures as published by the Puerto Rico Planning Board. They are in nominal and current prices. And the red line or the orange line is really as a percentage of personal income. So in 1960, we were consuming like $1.4 billion, very small economy, but thriving in terms of economic growth. By 2021, we are at $71 billion. That's 70 times what we had in 1960, scarcely about 6 decades ago. And as a percentage of personal income, it's more than 100%. I'll explain how this comes about. Next, the next graph says we do not save. So somehow we are consuming, but we are not saving, with the exception maybe of 1990, 2000, and 2010, when that is positive above that zero horizontal line. It's 0.4, 0.3, and even not even 1%. All the rest is negative, and the record is negative 6.4% as of 2021. The third graph starts explaining how come we have enough income to pay, or at least how is it that we can consume so much. Well, this is the percentage composition of personal income based on salaries, which are the blue segment that you see there in these columns, the transfers, which include food stamp programs, all the welfare programs, but it also includes Social Security and Medicare. Those are the red shaded areas in those columns, and then the last one, the deep purple, is other. That could be maybe profits on some of those businesses, as well as other income that persons may have. But what is interesting is that in 1960, 68% of our personal income came from salaries, from work. We have forgotten about that formula. Back in now in 2021, it's down to 40%. But notice what has happened with transfers. 13% back in 1960, but by 2021, it's 41%. That's almost 3 times what we had in 1960. And you know what? We do not control those welfare payments. They are not local funds. They depend on the whim of Congress, the bounty, generosity of the President of the United States, as well as of other congressmen that may think that Puerto Rico should be helped. And so far, they have done it. But we don't see that to continue in the next 10, 20 years. And then finally, the purple one is what other income might be. That has remained sort of the same composition of 19%. But Big Brother, as these other graphs, this next graph depicts, also is a big consumer. It also spends. These columns in magenta are from 1980 government consumption, again, as published by the Puerto Rico Planning Board. And we started in 1980 with $2.3 billion. Now by 2021, we were $7.5 billion. But just before that, in the decade of 2010, we went up to $10.8 billion. Wow! So it's not only we as individuals, it's also Big Brother. And how does Big Brother get its money? Well, part of that comes from what we pay as taxes, be it income tax, as well as the sales and use tax, and all the property taxes. All that is included in that blue line that you see there. And notice that it has continued skyrocketing. We are a bankrupt island. I mean, since 2016, our fiscal year. which is really 2016. We have been declared a bankruptcy by June 30th with the Promesa law that Congress mandated, and which gave us a relief in terms of the public debt that we could not pay. We have mismanaged our fiscal stability, and certainly we continue. Big Brother continues receiving money, not only from taxes but from other sources as well. And finally, what does all this mean? Again, stop and think. Well, with this last graph depicts really takes it all in together. We are an aging society. These are the three pyramids of population from 1950 through 2020, our latest census. On the right-hand side of those pyramids are women, and on the left-hand side in blue is the men, and each of those steps are age groups. So at the bottom, 0 to 4 years of age, and at the top, 75 years of age. And notice what happened in 2000. We are no longer a traditional pyramid. It's almost a rectangle. Notice less being born, 0 to 4 years at the bottom, and higher at the 75, 70, 65. You still add all those segments, and certainly the aging population has continued rising. And in 2020, it represents 23% of that total population is 65 plus. So if you are in that age group, or you are anticipating, be concerned about your own retirement. Do not depend just on the whim of any government, because we may have to take responsibility for ourselves. If you're going to get money, be it at Christmas, be it because of these bonuses, be it because of another assistance that you may get because of welfare transfer payments, those windfall gains, save some of that. Don't spend all of it. And if you're going to spend, don't spend it all just on durable and non-durable consumption. Spend some on services, because you will need them for the future. If you liked our economic capsules, don't forget to subscribe to YouTube under the voice of Heidie Calero. Remember, this is a service of Puerto Rico Economic Pulse. You like our economic capsules, give us those thumbs up. And remember, the economy is all of us. Thank you.